What's up, guys? Welcome to Quantum Ascend and happy Monday. Gonna kick the day and the week off with a little bit of charts and coffee where we take a look around the macro. It's my first time looking at the markets today, so I figured I would take you through them with me. Looking at Bitcoin yesterday, we were talking about this exact level here, how it's the upper trend line combined with the 786. Didn't quite hit it, but getting dangerously close. So again, is this going to be the moment? Yeah, 0.27%. Are we going to start building the bull flag up here, just under this trend line? Oftentimes we'll see it come up a little bit higher. So up towards the top of that B wave, which is only 1.5% away. That could happen, or I guess from current price level, 2.5% away. That could happen in the matter of a few minutes. But either way, see us getting up here. I do think we're going to see a little bit of consolidation, whatever that looks like. And then once this consolidation is done and it breaks from that, that's the moment for alts. So we're right there, man, right there. I put out a video yesterday comparing the total three, the altcoin market, excluding Ethereum, to Bitcoin. Go check that out. I think that's one of the better videos I've put out in a while. It is a little bit more about the macro, different types of concepts. It's great to come on here and do altcoin stuff, but like that's the real alpha. That's a lot of the stuff I want to be doing more of, especially once we get into a more of a private community. Way deeper concepts, but stuff that helps us look at the bigger picture. So getting really close to that moment. Again, let's see that consolidate. Bitcoin dominance. Wow, look at this, guys. Drew this channel a few days ago. That hadn't happened yet, and I think we drew it like back here. Came dangerously close to that upper one. I mean, pretty much hits it, and then down here we tagged it as well. So we're still channeling here for the Bitcoin dominance. It does look like that could be a fifth wave. Again, though, it's been so hard to call the top of this thing. Look at that. It's just been sloppy and channeling. You would have thought we would have hit that 786 on the broader range here, but again, we got within 0.14%, like good enough for me if it wants to roll over. So again, looks like it's on kind of a pivotal point here. Let's see if we can get some news today, guys. Maybe a breakdown here. If not, similar to Bitcoin, maybe we just get some consolidation, some sideways movement before it drops. But I mean, sooner than later, guys, this thing is done. It's done. Ethereum, we drew out that little triangle, and look, guys, obviously I'm not the only one thinking that way, because once it did it with some volume. Right now, all this is a back test of that triangle. So I do still think that this thing's going to continue to work its way up, which could coincide with the Bitcoin dominance dropping. And again, maybe Bitcoin just kind of consolidates while alts get a little bit of relief here before everything really kicks off. Just going to have to wait and see. It's too soon to call it, but we did build that base right on top of this 382, right under that, but we did pop out. Now we're back testing, and hopefully we see a little bit of follow through here once this back test completes. Total 3 tagged the 382 as well. Came off the floor there. We did talk about this zone well ahead of time. Ended up playing out. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need those anymore. Ended up playing out. So now we're looking for this thing to keep turning back up this way. Again, under the 382. If we look over to the left here, we are in an area where there's been some, look, this was a resistance at one point, right? And then once it broke through, boom, it did it with volume. Right here, acted as support. Once it broke down, boom, did it with volume. Resistance, back down right now, acting as resistance. I think once we get through this level, like we've seen before, volume on the upside, volume on the downside. Let's see this thing pop up a little bit. And honestly, it's all lining up where it looks like the alts could get some juice this week. It's kind of hard with the American holiday, 4th of July, and the Independence Day being on Friday. I don't know how engaged people are going to be in the markets. One other thing you can look at too here is if I just connect these outermost trend lines, getting pretty close here to that as well. If we try to include this guy here and include as many tops, and this is where it gets a little, a little bit too subjective for me, is when you start trying to connect as many of these highs as you can, which makes sense, and in that case, we broke out and back tested it. But like what's not subjective is connecting the outermost the outermost wicks on this thing. So in that case, that would be up here, and right here is what I'm trying to connect right now and failing miserably at. Come on, man. This line's just too long. Like that. And then you could also connect this guy here, right there, like that. And you see that we have one coming up. There's no subjectivity to that. Those are the outermost trend lines, right? So I have been kind of sitting within this one. Let's see if we can bust through there. Again, with some volume, everything's lining up, man. It really is. Like this zone that we've busted through or broken down from is also this zone here. So let's see how it shakes out. But I do think there's some massive upside coming. That's all I'm going to dig into today from the macro, guys. Let's stick to crypto. We'll worry about the DXY gold indices later. The indices are slightly green, so nothing immediate holding the market back when things open up here in about an hour and a half. So that's what I got for you on markets in the morning. Little bit of charts and coffee. If you guys could do me a favor, if you could follow, like, repost. I've been doing TA a long time. I just want to help as many of you guys as I can. I also released an ebook on how to build the perfect crypto portfolio. You can check that out. There's a link in my Twitter bio as well as the description of this YouTube video. So thank you guys for watching. I got a ton coming out today, so check back in, and I will talk to you then.